What as a guy do you wish girls knew? That sometimes a hug or nice compliment can mean a lot. We can ride that wave for quite a while. I wrote this in another sub, but it's relevant to this comment. When I was in middle school, a girl I had a crush on told me I had beautiful eyes. That was 22 years ago, and I still ride that high. If you genuinely compliment a guy, don't be upset if they don't react the same way a woman would react to a random compliment. Most dudes get them so infrequently that when it does happen, there is a part of them that wonders if it was genuine or if they are just giving them a polite and/or pity compliment. This often leads to an awkward, unenthusiastic response to said compliment. It never occurs to most guys to just say thanks. When I say I don't mind, I really mean it. If I did mind, I would say so. Anytime my boyfriend would say I don't mind, and I'd keep asking are you sure, and after a while he legit said this exact thing to me. It honestly made my paranoid ass feel a million times better to be assured like that. If you're throwing signals at a guy, and he's not catching them, it might not be because he's so dense he doesn't notice them. It might be that he does see them, but his self-esteem is so low his internal dialogue talks him out of believing you are interested in him in a romantic or sexual context. Throwing more obvious signals doesn't overcome that. If knowing his self-esteem is that low isn't enough for you to lose interest, be direct. That doesn't mean ask him if he wants to have coffee or get a drink with you, as either of those leave wiggle room for misinterpretation. Ask him out on a date, specifically say date, so there is no mistaking your intention. The worst thing likely to happen is that he'll say no, which does sting, but not like spending a month throwing hints he never responds to. Girl, I'm dropping so many hints. Why doesn't he get them? Boy, I think girl is dropping hints, but I'm not sure I want to risk my friendship and embarrassment, so I'll just ignore them. I think those are hints. Wait, no, don't be a creep. She's sitting on my lap. Yes. Wait, no, I just read a comment about a girl who sits on everyone's lap. Do anything. Don't be a stalker. Shit, she left. I literally moved out from underneath the girl that sat on my lap and she gave me a weird look, but like holy hell she had been giving mixed signals forever, and I even asked her out before this, and she said no, so what the fuck? This is the kind of shit we have to deal with. That every expression that crosses our face does not relate to you. Some of us have a lot going on between the ears, and we're trying to make sense of it. Absolutely. My wife used to do little things like place her hand on the small of my back or touch my shoulder as she walked past. These tiny acts of affection really do go a long way, and they're the main thing I miss. Days off are for resting. I've dated a lot of women who heard I had 2 days off work and took it as an invitation to make plans for us. Like, yeah, I appreciate that you put all this effort into planning our time together, but sometimes I'm just burned out and need like 2 days of just sitting home in my underwear watching TV. That the whole wanting sex all the time pretty much is because we're attracted to you, and it's just a biological response. The vast majority of us guys don't start out going, I want to fuck something. We start out pretty much thinking about whatever else, cars, games, friends, body aches, et al., and then you come along and hold our hand, kiss us, snuggle, and before you know it, we want to be as close as we can to you, and that means sex. My ex-girlfriend accused me of just wanting sex all the time, and that's all I saw in her, and it was totally not true. I loved doing stuff with her, hanging out, laughing. But when we started snuggling, she made me horny. Because I loved her and was so incredibly attracted to her. So yeah, I want to share that intimacy with the woman I love. It wasn't I want sex, come here and fuck me. It was I'm so happy you're holding me, oh I'm getting hard, let's make love. Edit, this is getting way more attention than I expected, and I wanted to add something. This isn't to say men don't just suddenly get horny on their own, and then ask their so to have sex. That does happen and it's normal, for everyone, men and women, but I don't think that's the majority case. A very large percentage of the time, it's just as I had originally wrote. At least it is for me, anyway, and I know I'm not alone. Our feelings are just as valid as yours, and shouldn't be held against us. My fiancé and I are in the process of planning our wedding, and she consistently gets irritated with me because I don't get as excited as she does. I'm sorry, I do want to marry you, and I am excited, but I find it really fucking hard to jump up and down about picking out flowers and centerpieces. Just because you have been planning your Disney wedding since you were a young girl doesn't mean dudes do the same, and getting pissy with me because I am not mirroring your emotions exactly is really not cool. And not healthy for both of our mental health and the relationship. If you take the initiative and ask an average looking dude out, there's like a 99% chance he'll say yes. Facts. I had a personal rule that if any girl asked me out, I'd say yes. Gotta reward the courage. Might not get a second date, but hell yeah, I'm down to get asked out. If you say it is fine, or something like that when it isn't, a normal guy will not get that hint. Guys are simple. If something is wrong, or something, say it. No, it is not a walk in the park. To be a man or male, we have other things that we struggle with, or ways where we are at a disadvantage. Edit, we generally get that something isn't right when you say it is fine, but we don't know what the exact problem is. Thanks for watching. Bye.